Hello, everyone. Good morning from my end, and welcome to One Global Movement, Speak with Heart, where we are helping to build the hopes and dreams of children, young people, women, and of course, entire communities. So, thank you guys so much again. And I am wishing everyone a winning Wellness Wednesday for all the time, but today it's really that time. Winning wellness, to try to match it with every day is very important for us, that we really stay healthy, stay happy, because when you're healthy and you're happy, things begin to move in the right direction. Even though sometimes we might find some challenges, but when you are healthy and happy and you have the tools in place to deal with those situations, you're going to still be happy because you will understand that it's part of the process. Nothing good comes easy, because easy will not never last. And what we're doing here, we're doing this, building it to last for generations, even long after we are gone. So thank you all so much again. And thank you so much, Sister Yvonne, for your help. Even in your absence, you're still helping these children. I really highly appreciate that. And thanks to the managing director. I see what you're doing, John. I see,
Thank you.
and I
Thank
see
you.
that it shows in the chat, and the people that you keep really at spreading the gospel of One Global Movement to. And I see them on here, just so you know. And I thank each and everyone here. If I don't call you by name, you are not less important. You are very important. You are an important part of this process, because we cannot do it without all of us here chipping in little by little. This is very serious. A lot is going on around the world. If you're like me, I have to know. I need to know how children are doing. I do my research. I do a lot of things. And some of those things that might not be good for the ears here, we keep them. But I know what is happening. And we all should do the same. Look around you. You don't need to go farther away. What are the children doing? How are they doing it? Are they okay? Those are simple, basic questions that we need to know for ourselves if we are here as part of One Global Movement. And it takes a good heart to do that. And thank God that Sir Ash Mufara is doing that. And that is the reason he brought us here together to do the same. And for that, I am really highly grateful to him and Unpassive, and to all the founding members of Unpassive who are here. So thank you guys so much. So you can see me here. Look at, I'm so dressed so it's cold. All right, look at this. It's cold.
Anybody would think you were outside. You aren't outside. You're in the house.
I'm in the house. It's cold. It's sometimes I think it's also in my brain, because I have to be so fuzzy and dress so cozy, when the cold is outside, so nothing touches me. But sometimes it's in my brain. So yes, it's cold here, but sometimes the weather is good. Like yesterday, it was good, and we were happy we were outside doing some work outside. But today, oh no, indoors is what I am giving myself today. And I know that we all can do that, right? So thank you again and again. And I am really so happy, because I am building this foundation with each and everyone here. And this is something that we all need to be grateful for, because without you guys, without Unpassive or Mr. Ash Mufara, we would not be here. And I know that there are thousands that are out of Unpassive too, and I also thank them. A lot of people are helping in different countries in the world right now. They just say they want to help. They just want to help, and they are doing something. And this is what we want, because we will not be able to reach every child. But if we all come from different countries and different parts of the world, then we can start taking care of our children, ourselves, and the children around us in our communities. You can go to schools, you can go to youth organizations, you can go to shelters, you can go to the refugee camp, you can go to the homeless shelter, you can go to wherever. They need help. They need help. And sometimes when I say I buy clothing, sometimes most of them slightly used or just almost as new. That is not to encourage the spirit of secondhand things, but at the moment, that is what we need, because I want to drive this spirit away from us and our children. Our children deserve the best. But if we are doing that, it's for the moment. If I'm buying used sneakers, it's for the moment. But those kind that when somebody sees them, they will want to use it, not just any kind of a thing. And so, because I think about myself. Sometimes I use those things to myself. I go to those stores and I use them, but we need to know what we are buying. We're not just
Yeah.
buying because we are giving to a child or a mother that is suffering. No, you want to be able to give something that if it is you, you will be happy to also have it. So we do unto others what we want them to do unto ourselves. I know that some of us don't have the good eyes for things, but because we are here together, we learn from one another. So let us do the best for these children. But the number one thing is to make sure that they eat and eat healthily. Is to make sure that when they eat, they have to educate them. So we teach them how to look for this food, to prepare it by themselves. And I'm sure when we have the One Global Movement School, cooking is going to be one of the lessons in class. How to plant a seed or something. It has to be vocational studies, number one, because doing is not just sitting and talking without doing. That is very important. So today we're going to we are in the Mantle of Hope Revolution Part 254. Skip the School of Hard Knocks. And I put in bracket, learn from others. And our sister here is going to take on today. I will just give you two quotes here. In the journey of life, wisdom shared is hardship spread or hardship spared. You either spread it or you spare it. Embrace the lessons others have lived to lift your own path higher and brighter. Embrace the lesson others have lived so that they can lift your own path so that you can live higher and brighter. And skipping the school of hard knocks isn't about taking shortcuts. That's not what it is. It's not about taking shortcuts. It's about valuing shared experiences, shared responsibilities, shared everything. It's about balance. Together, we build a future rooted in unity, empathy, compassion, purpose, and love. Thank you so much, Sister Yvonne. 1 second here, because I like to always get a very good recording of that, and people like to listen to it online. So I always like to do that when you are reading the thing. Okay. Yeah, ready
Okay.
to go. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sister. So thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Sister Mundih. So today, as Sister Mundih says, we're talking about it's a very, very, very important thing, and we can all learn from that. But of course, we start with our children. We present that to them first. And the whole book of Proverbs in the Bible, I'm not speaking religion. I'm just saying this is information. All that book is about teaching our children. And so when they're old, they will not depart from it. It will come back to mind. And we can all learn from other people's mistakes or errors or whatever you want to call them, other people's life lessons. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's what they call it, right?
Right.
So the vision and mission statement of One Global Movement will support, One Global Movement will support any organization, group, or individual that aligns with its global vision and mission, which is as follows. The mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus on young women, providing them with tools and sustainable solutions that will help them eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, build generational wealth, while living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and opportunities to thrive. Through global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, and community engagement programs, we strive to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and build a future where every child can build on their hopes and dreams while reaching their full potential. Full potential. Together, through divine intervention, love, and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible. Our gratitude and tribute always goes to Mr. Ashmafar for bringing this world family together for the purpose of providing solutions to all sectors of the global economy, beginning with our children. Thank you, Mr. Mafara, and all the Unpassive Building team. We love you all and wish you well. And
Thank
that
you.
is Unpassive, One Global Movement's mission statement.
Thank you.
And we like to reaffirm that as often as we can every Wednesday. So look forward to
Yes.
that.
Yes. Thank you.
And today it's my day to speak into your life. And so I appreciate you coming. And here we go. As I said, Proverbs is a book of life lessons, right? It's there all for us laid out. Proverbs 1:5 says, let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance. And then in Proverbs 1:7, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And don't take it religiously. It's just a book, if you want to look at it like that. It has some lessons that we all need to learn so we can live a productive, forward looking life, not always being stuck, right? The entire book of Proverbs is instructional and full of life lessons. Practicality. Proverbs can be applied to daily life in many ways, including teaching morals, offering advice, relieving interpersonal tensions, adding in understanding or aiding in understanding, consoling or inspiring others. So, what does the school of hard knocks mean? What does that phrase mean? The definition, the phrase the school of hard knocks refers to learning through challenging, often painful experiences. And that is funny because that is something that people say you learn through your adversities.
Mm-hmm.
When times are good and smooth, you're not really learning anything, you're just enjoying yourself, right? The life lessons come with things you've experienced that builds resilience. It suggests that valuable lessons come from hardships and mistakes, like navigating obstacles or dealing with setbacks. Understanding its origin. This idea likens life struggles to a form of education, where every failure or challenge becomes a lesson learned outside traditional schooling. That is not to put down academic learning. We need both, right?
Right.
But academic learning does not really cover for simple life lessons,
Yes.
mistakes you make on your own. The pros and cons. While lessons from the school of hard knocks are often impactful and unforgettable, they can also be avoidable or unnecessary. And that's where our topic comes from, skipping the school of hard knocks. For instance, when we do the same thing over and over and over and over again and expect a different result, that does not work. Section 2, how to avoid the school of hard knocks, or how to skip it. Here are some ways to learn and grow without the need for painful mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Seek mentorship and guidance. Learn from others' experience. Learning from others' experience can help sidestep common pitfalls. Mentors provide insights that spare you the need to make the same mistakes they did. This story is, why do you want to be mentored? This is a question. And that was a question I asked a young man sitting across the table from me at a local restaurant. A mutual friend had suggested to Todd, this is the name of the young man, that he meet with me since he had expressed an interest in having someone mentor him in both his professional and personal life. His answer surprised me. He said, I want to learn from your mistakes. I smiled, thinking here was a young man in his late 20s who already had the wisdom to recognize that you do not have to learn exclusively from your own errors and poor decisions. You can learn from people that have already traveled along the path that you are following, and you can benefit from what they have learned through trial and error. All these things happen to them as examples, and they were written for admonition. This is 1 Corinthians 10, and back to the Bible. It says, all these things happen to them as an example. That is to give you a life lesson. And they were written for us to take examples from. Also, you can build a network of advisors or trusted friends who will act as a sounding board when you're making decisions. So get input. Invest in education and self-improvement. Education, whether formal, online courses, or self-study, equips us with knowledge to make informed choices. Skills training helps prepare for situations that could otherwise be stumbling blocks, allowing for a smoother path. And practice reflection and self-awareness. These are all ways to skip the school of hard knocks. Reflecting on the past mistakes and assessing choices regularly reduces the likelihood of repeating them. Being self aware can prevent reactive decisions and lead to unnecessary hardship. That is, don't react, think it out before you do it. Cultivating a proactive mindset rather than waiting for situations to become problems or get out of hand is a key to staying ahead. And plan with a safety net. Building financial, emotional, and physical resources can help buffer against major setbacks. People are always saying, have at least maybe 3 months of salary saved up. So you don't, if you lose your job, having savings, emergency contacts, and a backup plan can mean the difference between a minor setback and a significant struggle, especially in this environment. People lose their jobs willy-nilly, easily. You have to have something to fall back on, right?
Right.
Examples of avoiding the school of hard knocks when possible in career decision. Instead of making risky career leaps without preparation, one could seek informational interviews or take on freelance work in the desired field to gain insight before committing fully. Financial planning. Instead of learning through debt and financial crisis, proactive budgeting, financial literacy, and saving habits can help maintain stability and avoid hardship. And then relationships and communications. Rather than learning relationship lessons the hard way through conflict and misunderstandings, developing good communication skills, think before you speak,
Yeah.
empathy, and boundary setting from the beginning can create more harmonious connections. And also, when you speak out of turn, apologize quickly and move on, right? Health and wellness. Avoid the school of hard knocks by prioritizing wellness, both physical, mental, and spiritual. Regular checkups, balanced diet, exercise, good
Yes.
rest, taking time to connect with others and your higher power can reduce the risk of preventable health issues down the road. Avoid burnout. Take time for yourself.
Yep.
While the school of hard knocks can be a powerful teacher, it's not the only way or the best way to learn. We're not saying that you're not going to make your own mistakes, but we're emphasizing a balance. That's me again. Learn from other people, right?
Yeah.
By seeking knowledge, guidance, and support, we can often bypass unnecessary struggles. Life will always have lessons, but we get to choose how we learn them. So let's aim to gain wisdom without the scars, skipping the school of hard knocks whenever we can.
Yep.
Skipping the school of hard knocks is often our choice to make.
Yep. Yep.
So, as I close, let us acknowledge that we have the power to choose, knowing which struggles are necessary for our growth versus those that are avoidable. There is a little line I saw. It says, "Choose your difficult or choose your hard." Make it so that you have the choice. Do I want to learn this lesson the hard way, or can I find out is it been done already and how the person did it? Is a form of wisdom to do that. Mistakes will always be part of life's journey. We're not going to get about from that. But learning to discern which ones we can bypass can save time, energy, and even pain. Embracing this mindset encourages thoughtful decision making and helps us build resilience without subjecting ourselves to unnecessary hardship.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, I like it like that. So simply put, very simply put in a way that we can understand it's not some magic or some rocket scientist to learn from the school of hard knocks. And the school of hard knocks, like you just said, means a lot and different ways. And that is why everything that we do here has to go in different ways, not one way. Because if this doesn't work for you, the other way can work. And that is the way life is. If we just we understand this concept, we will know that, you know what, okay, this didn't quite work well. Okay, I'll do it again, or I will try again. And if it doesn't work, I can use another method to just do exactly what I want to do. So this is what we are all about here, instead of going through that stress. So talking about the school of hard knocks, I always ask this question: why stumble when you can learn from someone else's wisdom or someone else's mistakes? Why stumble? And we all learn from somebody. As children, who do we learn from? Our parents, right? We learn from our parents. We look up to our parents. So which means To learn from somebody, it's not like you're not smart or you're not intelligent.
Mhm.
No, we always have to learn from somebody because the way we are created, we are dependent upon one another. Because you are skilled and gifted in an area that I am not.
Amen.
That is
Mhm.
why we are here with different knowledge. And that school of hard knocks, it has to start with our own ethical values first,
Mhm.
because if other than that, we see people that they think in their brain, they think they're so highly educated
Mhm.
that or they're up there, but a lot of educated people, they don't really put into practice what they learn in school. What they
Mhm.
put in is arrogance.
Yes.
It's ungratefulness. It's
Mhm.
oppressing other people, like looking low on other people. The school of
Yes.
hard knocks, it doesn't really take you to read and write. It comes just naturally. But if
Mhm.
reading and writing is a good thing, if you can
Yes.
learn how to read and write, that is a plus. There are
Yes.
people that have been world leaders, great leaders of the world that never knew how to read and write, but they ruled the world so well.
Yes.
Why? They learn from the wise. You talk about the book of wisdom. It's full
Mhm.
of knowledge from the wise people,
Yes.
God's chosen people. We learn from there. And I mean here the Old Testament, because I know that the scriptures has been altered a lot
Yes.
because of
Mhm.
greed and power. And so, and like Sister Yvonne said, we're not talking here about any particular religion, because you and I, whether we like it or not, we were created by the same most
Yep.
powerful force in the universe. So that's
Exactly.
what we are talking about here. And just
Mhm.
like I read Chino Achebe's Things Fall Apart. Just like
Mhm.
I read Norman Vincent Peale's The Power of Positive Thinking. Just
Yep.
like I read Maya Angelou's Still I Rise. And none
Yes.
of the other books that The Secret, we read those books is the same thing, because people become so etchy when you talk about the scripture, because that is my first book that I grew up reading. I didn't know any religion then, but I was reading that book because I was taught the book, right? So
Yes.
that's what we're talking about. So the school of hard knocks begins with us, the parents. The
Mhm.
children must learn from us. And it is up to us. What does that tell us? To learn from our own parents too. Learn
Yeah.
from the adults. You see, my mom never went to school, but there are a lot of things that I've learned from my mom that I would never have known if I did not learn from my mom. And there are
Yes.
other people, like I learned from Maya Angelou. I learned from other people. I learned from Jim Rohn. I learned from
Mhm.
Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr. I learned from Kwame Nkrumah. A lot. Learning, reading their biographies, you are learning from people that have been
Absolutely.
They've
Absolutely.
been there, they made the mistakes, but then
Mhm.
they didn't give up, they succeeded. And learning from them, like you said, doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes, because mistakes is part of it. If you're not making mistake, it
Yeah.
therefore means that you're not really doing the real thing, because mistake is a part of it.
It
So that
is.
when you make those mistakes, you come back again. Now you take a closer look, and then you go in again, and then you do it. That's what we are
Yes.
talking about here. So, learning mentors. She talks about mentorship.
Yes.
Mentorship
Very
in
good.
God Passive here, we see a lot of skilled people here. We have
Mhm.
them, whether we like it or not. We have them. You just have to pay attention, and then you will see a lot of people that you can go to and say, okay, how can we do this? How do you do this? So that you can learn. How did you do this? So we can learn. And you're doing that with humility and gratitude. Don't
Yes.
go there with arrogance. But a lot of people, they're not happy when somebody knows something better than them. And
Oh,
when you're not happy, that's a problem already with you,
it
because
is.
you're supposed
Yes.
to see it as a way of learning, because somebody has to learn from somebody. That somebody has to learn from somebody. It's a ripple effect.
Yes.
It
Exactly.
continues. People are learning from us. We are learning from others. And when the
Yes.
others are gone, their books are here. Their
Yes.
tapes are here. Their pictures are here. Their drawings are here. Their paintings are here. So what is your own thing? What is your own?
Mhm.
This is what
Mhm.
the School of Hard Knocks is all about.
It is.
We're
Yes.
talking about Malala, our little girl. We are
Yes.
learning from her. She's our daughter. but we're learning from her. We're talking about these One Global Movement ambassadors that just came up. Those kids are doing things that I'm like, I didn't even do that when I was your age, you know. So I'm learning even from my own son. So we're talking here, you're not just only going to learn from your elders, you have a lot of avenues to learn from, because these people, they were born gifted with that, they were born with those things, and they can just do it, you know. So we learn from it. We learn, and I've learned a lot here, because I learned when somebody mentioned, I had known that before, but I thought, no, this was for the rich, this was for the elite, forgetting to know that I'm also rich, you know. And now when I heard that word, I'm like, okay. Now Mr. Father brought it, I took notes. I have my notes here. I don't play, because these are things that when we write, we put in books. And I urge everyone, whether you can read or write or not, write a book. You can record it in your language and still make it available to children in your community, and still make that book available in your home library. We all need to do that. Whether you even have children or not, we still have to do that. What is your life history? What is your life's worth? This is exactly what Sister Yvonne is talking about, the school of hard knocks, you know. And you know,
sister, in the parlance of the street, they call the two things. They call it academic learning, but they also call it street smarts. It means being able to just be where you are with whoever you are with, right? As you were saying, some people are so arrogant or whatever it is. They look down on other people because they don't speak a certain way or whatever. But those people can have a lot of sense when you talk to them, because my brother is a town planner, and when he goes around and talks to the people on the street, some of the things that they think, the knowledge that they have, it's just the self-confidence they probably don't have to put that into. But everybody is valuable and has something to give to this world. Yes. Everybody has a sense of purpose. We do. It's a natural thing we have. If we ever tried, they say that some of the most potential is in the graveyard, because people take those things to their grave, right?
Yes.
But it's just because of how the world is built, right? You know, the separation of I have this and you don't have that.
Yes.
Yeah,
that is so true. When you talk like that, I begin to think about some times ago, I had planned to go on the street to interview people. Prepare with my questions, because if you don't speak to people, you will not know what they're going through, or you will not know what they want to do. And so I did some interviews when I was doing my degree, and I wanted to go again to do, and I will in the future, because you can't get into a community without interviewing people, and you automatically know what you're going to help those people with, you know, or automatically know what they're going to help you, because they're
going to help you with. It's going to be transferring.
Yes. So, and I'm still going to do that. So, we went out. Today's what? We went out. Today's
Wednesday the 13th.
We went out last Friday, or I think it's even Monday. We went out on Monday. It's Monday. And I like to stop and talk to young people. When I see young people, I strike a conversation. I went with my mom and Ngwe, and they asked me, Ngwe said, "Mommy, how do you just sit and just talk to people?" And they're just there listening. I don't know how to strike a conversation. I said, because you have to see those people as human beings too, like you. Hello, how are you guys doing today? Oh, I'm glad you're looking at this, you're looking at that. That's how. Different ways. And you have to be able to be able to read them, to feel them, that vibration. And there were 3 young men. I said, "Hello, how are you guys doing today? Oh, are you good at looking at cars? Do you know good cars?" And they said, one of them said, "Yeah, I try. I said, "Okay, I'm glad to hear that you try. Are you able to come and look at this car for me?" And then I said, "What do you do for a living?" The other one said, "I was in the army. I was trained to be an army in a different country. Now I'm here." The other one said, "I am a mechanic." I said, "There you go. I was looking for that." And then the other one said, what was he doing? He drives the metro transit. Okay. I said, "Okay, can we exchange information? This is what I do. I work for One Global Movement, and this is it's all about." They were listening very well. They were so happy. And they just gave me their number. They pulled the thing out, and so
YouTube. as you've always said, people want connection, but they want to know that you genuinely
Yes.
care about them. Because especially our youth, they're so afraid of being put down and exploited and made to feel that they're not, because we lump them together. Yes, there are some bad children,
Yes,
not
they
bad, but doing bad things because they don't know better, as you've always said. But we can't lump everybody together. There are some really, really fantastic young people walking around.
But do
they
you
need
know that some of those people, they turned that way because people were not talking to them?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's as if we don't think that they have anything to contribute, but they do.
Oh, they do a lot. They do a lot, and they say, don't judge a book by its cover. I tried that one time. I saw this lady. I said, why is she doing this? And then I begin to think in my head in a funny way. Hey, that lady is too smart.
Yes.
Oh my God, when she opened her mouth, she has a BSN in nursing, and she's so smart. The way she was so articulate, so humble. I'm like, Lord, forgive me.
Yes. Because I have that issue too, because we grew up in a very close family, isolated, because it's 5 of us. We thought we were just enough. We didn't need anybody else. Well, you know how that can be. So as I get older now, I'm realizing not that people are equal. I always knew that. That's not what I'm saying. But being easy to talk to, you know what I mean? It wasn't easy for me to always get just anybody on the street. But now if they just look as if they want to say hello, I'm saying hello back, and you'll be surprised how way that can go.
Everybody needs somebody to say hello so they can feel that they belong. Everybody needs that, but we are saying this to say that don't just go bump into somebody and start something.
No.
Safe, especially the children. Make sure you do not talk to somebody, a stranger, unless with the approval of your parents or the adults around you. Before us, we're saying that don't just judge, see somebody and you judge that person. Now this guy is going to be our mechanic. He has what it takes, like the Toyota, to diagnose problem with a car. He's the one who's going to follow me to the car to diagnose a car before I take it.
To pick a right car. Absolutely. See?
And they're going to be part of one global movement. Automatically, just like that, because if you're helping, these are young people.
Yes.
The oldest was 32. Yes. The other one was 29. The other one was, I said, you all are my children. You're my children.
That's our demographic. That's what we're aiming for. Yes.
They call me mommy Mundih.
Of course.
So
I hope Al doesn't get jealous.
No, I'm not jealous of your son, so you just stay. So you see, society has turned us and our children, and we don't blame people, because imagine a mother and a father that is struggling to put food on the table, struggling to pay tuition for the child. Those things alone are so dampening that it beats you up psychologically, and then you begin to act differently, and now you look low on yourself. You don't want to talk. You just want to be in your own corner. And now, before you know, emotional disturbances, psychological problems. And that is why we want to make this world a better place to say, it starts with conversation, really good conversation that will make the other person feel that I belong, that I too can learn this from this person, that, if others have gone through this path and they succeeded, even though with 1,000 mistakes, I too can learn from them and you're going to make those mistakes, but they will not even be up to them because they already created a path or a trail. You can also do the same. But they cannot do unless they're guided by us, the parents. Always. And all of us here, I'm so happy because everybody has something to bring. Every person has something to bring here. This is what we mean. So now look for mentors. She said it. Mentors are very, very important. You can go to school. You can do other things. You can read biographies. And I'm going to show some pictures here at the end because we were supposed to show these pictures yesterday, but where I was, the internet was not nice to me. And so I told them, I'm not coming there again tomorrow. I'm staying where the internet will be nicer to me. So now, you read the biographies, read and read and read. Do never quit reading. Reading helps a lot, not just for you to gain more skills, even with your brain. It helps you. It helps you to give information. Knowledge is power. And then you start using it. Read and do case studies. Okay, so engage in networking like we are doing here, and learning. Group learning, like maybe we can organize a group where we read to children or we read among ourselves and we discuss certain things. That is learning. And then practice active listening. And then attend workshops. If you're like me, I'm always attending some webinars or attending something that is going to help me, because I enrolled to be part of the organization in my area, the nonprofit, and that is helping young people and children and women. I always enroll. So I'm one thing or the other. Every week I have, like tomorrow, I'm going to be attending a meeting, on behalf of One Global Movement. So this is what we do. You do it, you apply it. You don't just take that information and sit with it. You apply it in your own situation. So that is so important. And then we are leveraging social media and online platforms, just exactly what we are doing here. And then you reflect on, observe mistakes, and then you win. You don't just win, you observe on the mistakes and what are their wins, and then you start to follow. Like for me, you ask me, I really follow Maya Angelou a lot. I started very young in secondary school, since from Cameroon. I do that a lot. And then Norman Vincent Peale, I do that a lot. And then Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, all of those people, Marcus Garvey, Richard Wright, you talk about Bob Marley, all of those people that contributed to humanity, I am among them. Even Tony Robinson, all of those people. So this is exactly what Sister Yvonne is talking about here today. It is a very beautiful thing. Look at, we are learning from Mr. Ashmafara, right?
Oh, yes.
So that is a beautiful thing to do. So what I'm going to do here is, in order to reduce my brain strain, we're going to go through, we appreciate everybody. And then if there are some new people here, help me in knowing that, so that we give a shout out to them, because they are new. Otherwise, I appreciate everyone here that is here supporting us, both the new and the old, and keep coming when you can, but take good care of yourself. So we have Razebab here, thank you. And of course, the managing director is always here. Sir Gutam, thank you so much for your support. I highly appreciate you. Ashok Kumar, thank you for your support. We have Cynthia Daring. How are you? Thank you so much, Cynthia, for being a part of us here today. We appreciate you. And then let's go down here. We have Sir Abdul Sattar. Thank you so much, sir, for supporting us here. We highly appreciate you. And our firefighters, Sir Cecil Wire. Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of us here again today. We appreciate everyone here. And then we have our beautiful sister, Nancy. How are you, Nancy? Thank you so much for being with us here today. And thank you so much, John, for taking the time to personally and really personalize it to welcome all those who are here. I really highly appreciate you for that. And we have Sir Nokuthala. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And Nancy says, we need to be aware of what our children are doing so we can know how to help them. Certainly.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nancy. And let's go down here. And John says, it's very cold here in New York City. Yeah, I have somebody who is sharing the cold with me. It's very cold here in New York City as well, Yvonne. Oh, you better be like me, John. This is so cozy and so soft. And this one is so cool. And I have my little heater. The building has no heat because of the renovation work. I hope they get it.
I hope so too, John. Wow.
Yes, I hope so, John. They better. Otherwise, you let me know what we can do, okay? And we have Apuba Paul, sir. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us from your end. We highly appreciate you. Sir Ojala, how are you? Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of us here today. We have Ashish Opandayi. How are you? Thank you. And Nancy says, thank you, my dear sister. OGM mission statement is a flag for my heart. Oh, Nancy, I respect it and I treasure it. Well said. Sister, thank you for Mr. Ash Mufare for being the voice of putting us together. Yes.
Amen. Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. And we have Sir AP Madhusadanan. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for joining us here again. We highly appreciate you. And that shows that you're getting better and better every day. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And Nancy says, yes, Queen Yvonne Finn, this is not magic. It's a learning process to a learning process. Do not repeat the same mistake. Learn from it and move on. Learn from others and escape the pathway of doing others' mistakes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Yes.
Nancy. And Sir AP says, religious thinking and religious practices came later, but human being came on earth first. Yes,
Yep.
yes. And the religion, as we all know, has been tinted for
Mm-hmm.
power and what? Greed. That's all. But we know the natural religion that we are born with, and our family is the first church and the first religion. My grandmother
Exactly.
told me, our
Exactly.
family, and which is what we are doing here.
Yep.
Hello, Cheryl Bess. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us here today. We appreciate you. And John says, you are not late, Cheryl. You are here. All that matters. We appreciate your support for One Global Movement. Speak
Very
with.
nice.
Well,
Very nice.
it's better
Very
to be late than never, Cheryl. So thank you so much. And Sir
nice.
AP says, today our small group of people successfully supported a poor female student who is homeless and her parents side are sideless and ill. I can't explain the satisfaction of mine after success of this task. Yes. Thank you so much for the support that you guys are giving in your community, Sir AP. We highly appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep.
And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Show others that you care about them as they are. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. And we have uh Jane. I say, okay, Manoj Jane, how are you? Thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much for joining us from your end. We highly appreciate you. And Nancy says here, let me say, okay, say AP says, thanks to everyone, love you all. And then Nancy says, families, this is what we need, learning from each other. Sometimes my co-workers are jealous because they say when I talk so and so, she's very to me, but I see she adore you. It's just the way you are. Thank you so much, Nancy. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you both. Thank you so much, Cheryl. And I'm going to show some pictures here. Okay. We have this link. Please, if you haven't yet, support One Global Movement. The simplest thing you can do is to go on Facebook, One Global Movement Facebook page, and like and follow so that we can create a funnel of resources. This is what we are doing here while we are waiting for Mr. Ashmufara to take us to the top, but we cannot just wait without doing something because as we are speaking, children are dying of hunger. They are dying of war. They are running for their dear lives. Children are not going to school. They are poor.
Mm-hmm.
They're sleeping on the streets,
Yeah.
homeless. And so we cannot wait because we ourselves, we eat every day. So let us do the slightest that we can do because as we speak, I am also helping lots and lots of people, but I cannot just do it a lot now because we need to build this foundation so that we can be able to spread it out to every child and every mother out there. So this is very, very important. And Nancy says, please, families, don't forget to press the big thumbs up. Subscribe if not yet done. Turn on the notification bell. Share with families and friends. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Yvonne Mundih and panel members. Very inspiring. Thank you,
Thank you,
Cynthia.
Cynthia Daring. Thank
So
you.
much. Thank you. And someday feel free to come onto the panel here, okay? You
Yeah.
don't have to, you just have to speak in your language, okay? But you're
Mm-hmm.
here. If some people say, I don't speak English, speak in your language. Come here and speak in your language. And this stage is for everyone, not just for a few, okay? So
There you
everyone is invited here if you have something to share. So I love family. Yes, we love family, right? Okay, let me show you some pictures. Yesterday, we celebrated the birthday of Ambassador Sana Jerome, but where I was, the internet was not very nice to me, and so we were supposed to show the pictures at the end. But at least we sang the birthday song, and we didn't show that. And then there are other important pictures. Let me just click here and go, and we see those pictures for ourselves. All right. Okay, let me. All right, here. Let me know, sister, if everything goes well. Okay.
I see the screen and I see you scrolling, so I'm assuming you're looking for something. Yeah.
You see that now?
The School of Hard Knocks is an accelerated curriculum. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you so much, Sister Sharon.
Very, very, very nice. Yes.
Yes.
Very impactful.
And then National Young Readers Day is today. You can find magic wherever you look. Sit back and relax. All you need is a good book, Dr. Seuss.
Yep.
See that? Look at how she's smiling. So we need to write those books, children's book, kids book. We need to do whatever we can do, okay? Because we can do it. You can just record it in your language and somebody can transcribe it in different languages for you.
Absolutely. Yes. It's the easiest thing nowadays. Easy. Yeah.
And see here, Wednesday, November 13, 2024, World Kindness Day. Do you remember that song that says, show a little bit of kindness?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yes. So see, look at those children. They are happy. Kindness matters. Kindness is giving hope to those who think they are all alone in this world. See that?
And it's not about having things, because they really don't have anything. They don't need material things. They just need to be recognized and appreciated right now. They're children.
There you go. That is so true. That is so true. Thank you. Okay, still the same thing there. And you see, look at the beautiful flowers. And some of these kids, they planted those flowers by themselves. And look at they smell it, they're offering it to other people. These are the simple gestures of life. When children do this, other children will be eager to do it. Now they're learning from others. Skipping the School of Hard Knocks is what we are talking here today. So World Kindness Day 2024. Let me see some of the pictures of yesterday that we're supposed to show. Wow, we have tons and tons of pictures.
Oh, you do? Yes.
Now, this is Ambassador Sana. I think she turned 8, if I'm not mistaken, 8 years.
That's what you said yesterday. Yes. Yeah.
So happy birthday again, Ambassador Sana. And she is one of the ambassadors that is spreading the good news of One Global Movement in her school. Everybody needs to hear her speak. So thank you so much. We wish you, we pray for the very best for you, Sana, as you navigate the waters of life.
Absolutely.
And here is her again. Very beautiful.
Very.
And we have, look at these kids. Look at how they're happy reading together. National Young Readers Day. They are perhaps no days of our childhood we lived so fully as those we spend with a favorite book.
It's true. That is true.
When kids discover a book, when they like it, they're not putting it down. They're so buried into it that they don't even hear the noise around them anymore.
I remember Megan. Oh my gosh. Oh, every time you turn around, she would bring in the book again. I'm thinking, oh my God, and you know the book by heart now, really?
Yes. Okay, look at those pictures again. Okay, this one was a mistake. It was supposed to be today. So and she corrected it, but I still got it. Anyway, it's still good. So these are the pictures for today. And if you go online, you'll see a lot of them. I've posted them on Instagram. Of course, if I do post them on Instagram, they automatically appear in Facebook the way that it's been set up, which is very, very good. So thank you guys so much for watching this. We will be bringing more things that we made. These are all made for One Global Movement. And thank you so much, Sister Sharon, for the wonderful work that you are doing here for One Global Movement.
Absolutely.
Wow. Thank you guys. Tomorrow is Thursday, and we hope to see you guys tomorrow. And if you need to take care of yourself, do. If you need to take care of your family, your children, do. If you're traveling, take that vacation. Make sure you nurture yourself. Yourself is number one. If you can't do that, you can't help any child. You can't even help One Global Movement. So take the time to do something. Like me yesterday, we were busy. Today, after this, I'm going to lay down, do a few things here and there, read my email, but I'm going to lay down on the couch, okay, and be cozy. So I want to keep myself so that I regain that strength to keep moving. So I urge everyone else to do it, because you're not obliged to come here unless you take care of yourself. Okay.
Right.
And Toyib Aliyu, thank you. Hashtag on passive. And we have Washim Saki, thank you so much. We've come to the end of today. I will give the floor to our beautiful sister to give her closing remarks.
Yeah, thank you, sister. So yes, I mean, the school of hard knocks can be avoided for the most part. But then when you also have your experiences and you learned how something works, it's incumbent on you to share that. And that's how you were learning from somebody else. So you share yours. Don't keep it to yourself. If you learned a lesson that can benefit somebody else, shout it from the rooftops. That's how we build. We help one another. It's good for our children to save them some scars, as I said earlier. Just let them have joyous lives, learning and growing. So thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much. There's one thing that I want to say here, because we don't do it as much as possible. Reading. Read to yourself. Read to your children. Read together with your children. This is very important, please. And let us start it very, very young. If you can start it in the stomach, do it. As the baby is moving in the stomach, they are listening. Start reading to your baby. If the mother is pregnant, the father is also pregnant. Let us take turns to read, or read together to this baby, and you're reading life into that baby. You're reading life into that baby's existence. And when they come out, within the very first 7 hours, 7 is it's God's number. Within the very first 7 hours of life, go to a store. You should have even bought a book by now in preparation for the baby to come. Read. You will see what will happen to that baby before they turn to be. They will be flying with reading. And that alone, you set a foundation for them to enjoy to read. And then when you go to the hospital, read the magazines instead of scrolling on your phone. Take the magazine there and read the news and read something, so that they don't just, people are buried on their phones. This is not good for our children. So
reading is a very bonding experience between you and your child. Very bonding. Because they watch you, they hear you, they are sitting with you. It's just a very holistic type of bonding. So I can recommend it very, very highly.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and we love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming. Okay.